there, Ariana from Crafting Happiness here. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet the loop stitch. And for this tutorial I made two samples, one in a single color for you to see how it looks like, and one in two colors where I've changed colors every two rows, so you can see how the individual stitches are crocheted and how it looks like. And just a note here, the classic pattern requires you to make a row of single crochet in between the loop stitches. For this pattern I chose to make a row of double crochet just because I wanted some separation between the rows of loops, and also I used this pattern in a baby blanket, and I wanted the pattern to crochet faster than usual and not be so dense and heavy, because this stitch, as you can see, it's got a lot of texture and it's quite thick, so I didn't want to add more thickness by crocheting a row of single crochet. So if you prefer to make a single crochet row and have the loops overlap each other, you can do so. Just replace the rows of double crochet with single crochet or half double crochet stitches. It makes absolutely no difference in the way the pattern is crocheted. So let's get started. For this pattern I am using Aran yarn and the 5mm crochet hook. You can use any yarn you like, and this is a simple 2-row repeat that doesn't require multiples of chain, so you can chain as many as you need to have to make up for the width of your project. Keep in mind you'll be using 3 chains that count as the first double crochet. Alright, so let's start with row 1, and we will make a double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook. So in the 5th one, make a double crochet, and then we will be double crocheting in each stitch until the end of the row. And this is your first row, and now we are going to start the second row by chaining 1 and turn, and in the very first stitch we will make a single crochet, and this will create a knit border around your work. As you can see here, you have a knit border. You can skip this and start making the loops right away, but I think it looks a lot better if it's got a knit border on either side on which you can crochet blanket border if you wish. But yeah, if you want to skip that, you can. If not, just make a single crochet, and next we will make our double loop. And to make a double loop, wrap the yarn around your finger so you will have 2 loops, then insert your hook into the next stitch underneath and over the yarn that is between the finger and your work, and then through the 2 loops and pull them through the stitch. And these are your 2 newly made loops. Now you have here 3 loops plus the loop you already had into onto the hook. Now put your thumb onto those 3 loops to hold together and release the loops. Wrap the yarn around your finger, and with the middle finger hold these 2 loops together like so. Then yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook, and these are the 2 loops you just made. So let's make another one. So just so you know how I hold my yarn, mine is wrapped around my forefinger, and I control the yarn tension with my small finger. I just hold it tight, and it will not go anywhere, it's tight. So this is how I hold my yarn, and then I will wrap the yarn around my forefinger, insert the hook in the next stitch, under and over the yarn through the 2 loops. I'm holding my yarn here with the 2 fingers, so you won't so I control the tension with that, and then I pull them through the stitch like so. And now I hold it with my thumb, release the loops, wrap the yarn around the finger again, and with the middle finger I just hold them in place, the 2 loops, and then I yarn over and pull through all the loops. And again, these are the 2 loops I just created. Alright, so it's pretty simple. From this on, we will be making double loops in each stitch until we have 1 stitch left. Okay, so let's make another double loop. Wrap the yarn around your forefinger, so you have 2 loops. Insert the hook into the next stitch, underneath and over the yarn, through the 2 loops. Make sure here you're holding the yarn tight so you can control the tension, otherwise it will just be loose like that, and then your loops are going to be gigantic. So you make sure you hold the yarn tight. So let's do it again. Wrap the yarn, insert, underneath, over, through the 2 loops, and then pull through. Now put your finger over either your thumb or your other finger and release the loops, wrap the yarn around your finger, use your middle finger to hold them together, and then yarn over and pull through. And there are your loops. Alright, so let's make this row. And you can control how big your loops are with your tension, or by wrapping your yarn around your finger and allowing enough space here between your finger and work. So when you insert your hook and you pull those 2 loops, they will be bigger. And just do what works for you. There is no wrong or right size of loop. Just make sure they're all relatively the same. Alright, so I made a double loop stitch in each of the stitches across, and now I'm on my last stitch, which is the chain 3 at the beginning. So I'll be making a single crochet in that top chain, and that is my last stitch in row 2. And this is your second row, and this is the wrong side. Your loops are on the other side, which is the right side, and this is how it looks like. And when you make double loops, they're a lot thicker. The texture is it's different than the single loop. So depending on your project, you might want to do this one or the single loop. So let's move on to the third row. So turn and chain 3. This is your first double crochet in the row, and then in the second, skip this first one, in the second we'll make a double crochet and a double crochet in every single stitch until the end of the row. Now I've made a double crochet in every single stitch. This is how your third row looks like. And like I said before, if you want, you can replace these double crochet rows with single crochet rows, and your loops will be next to each other, and your texture will be a lot fluffier. It's all about the result you want to get. Alright, so now we're going to start row 4. So chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch and turn, and then we'll make a single crochet in the very first stitch, and we will do a double loop stitch in every single stitch until we have 1 stitch left. So again, control your tension, wrap your yarn twice around the finger, insert your hook into the stitch, underneath and over the yarn, and through the 2 loops on your finger, and pull all 3 through the stitch. And like you see here, you have 3 loops plus the one you already had. And now hold it with your thumb, pull your finger off the loops, wrap your yarn again, and with your middle finger hold the 2 loops in place, then release and yarn over and pull through the 4 loops on your hook. And these are your 2 loops, and we'll be doing this in every single stitch, like I said, until you have 1 left. So again, you insert your hook under, over the yarn, through the 2 loops, pull all 3. You can show, like I said, the yarn here between these 2 fingers. You have 3 loops, 4 with this one. Hold it with your thumb, release the loops, yarn, wrap the yarn around your finger, use your middle finger to hold the loops together, release, yarn over, and pull through. And this is how we're going to crochet this row. So now I have 1 stitch left, which is the chain 3. Right at the top of the chain, we are going to make a single crochet just to create a neat border on either side. And this is our 4th row. It's not very impressive from the back. Like I said, we are working on the wrong side. When you turn it around, you have your double loops, and you can see them, they're all full fluffy texture, and the double crochet row in between is long enough for them to not overlap completely. Like I said, if you want to overlap them, just make a single crochet row. And from this point on, it's quite easy. All you have to do is repeat row 3 and 4, so a row of double crochet or single crochet like I said, and a row of double loops. And you continue like so until you have the desired height to your work. And again, this is how it looks like here. You can see better how these loops don't overlap, and it looks quite nice like that. And this is the back, which it doesn't look bad at all. So it looks beautiful from either side. Here I change colors every 2 rows, and I switch colors on the side. You can use this method if you're planning to crochet a border around your work. If not, you have to cut the yarn every time you change colors. And this is how it looks like, and this is how you crochet the double loop stitch. I hope you found my tutorial easy to follow. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to answer you. Happy crocheting!